Hello, hello, Patriots fans. This is Richie Rich with the New England Football Edition channel here live on YouTube. Richie Rich with the New England Football Edition live on YouTube. Our channel on YouTube. Please, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to the channel below. Like all the videos. In the chat room, I am putting our webpage on there, www.newenglandfootballedition.com, www.newenglandfootballedition.com. Go to the webpage, subscribe to all the bulletins, check out the blogs. I will be putting out a lot of blogs. We are in the heart of Patriots season, folks. Training camp is upon us. Yes, the New England Patriots rookies reported to training camp today. Yes, today. So we are live here tonight to talk about all things Patriots. We're going to go over several topics that I have in mind for you Patriots fans. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone who does decide to come to this live studio on YouTube. I want to thank all the people that watch this channel in the future. This is the New England Football Edition YouTube live video on the YouTube channel, New England Football Edition channel. We have a website, www.newenglandfootballedition.com. So a lot of people, it's Saturday night. A lot of people are going to be watching this recording, and that's okay. I encourage everyone to come out and do that, but I wanted to go live today. I wanted to go live yesterday. Moving forward, Patriots fans, Patriot Nation, I will be doing a segment called Football Friday. Thank you to everyone who joins. Every Friday moving forward, I will be doing a session called Football Friday. I will be on Fridays. I wanted to be on last night, but I was working with tech support on my webpage, trying to make it better for you folks. I'm trying to get it where you sign up to the newsletter. Every time I put a new blog or every time I put a YouTube video out, it'll pop, you'll get an email straight to your email and it'll come up. A new blog has come in. I'm working out the kinks on that. I'm hoping to have that up and running for all your subscribers by next Friday. I will be putting blogs out as early and often as I can. Try to do a couple a week. I might do one or two a week, maybe three or four. Go to the YouTube channel. It's www.newenglandfootballedition.com. Check out the blogs. I put a blog out today on the rookies reporting. I put a blog out yesterday on my 53-man roster breakdown. Some of this content we'll talk about tonight on this live edition. Some of it, just go read, get an in-depth view. You can go to right to the webpage, click on the YouTube links and watch all my past videos. Again, Richie Rich with the New England Football Edition.com, as well as the YouTube channel. All right. So that's my introduction. I want to go into a couple housekeeping things. Patriots rookies reported today. The veterans report on Tuesday, July 22nd, followed by the next day. It's the first open practice for Patriots fans to go and watch at Gillette Stadium. Check out the new digs that are being built, the new facility that your team is going to be practicing in, the weight room coaches are going to be in, the new building being built right next to the practice facilities. Again, in the chat room, I'm putting those chats in to the website. I want to see some chats. I want to see some correspondence, some feedback. When you're watching the video, give me comments below. My email is New England Football Edition at gmail.com. I'd like to see some feedback, what you would like to content you want me to have moving forward, what you think of the shows. So again, rookie mini camp started today at Gillette. The rookies are there and they're practicing tomorrow, Monday, and then the veterans join the rookies on Tuesday the 22nd. On Wednesday the 23rd is the first day that all the fans can go and watch. Logan Brooks, how are you doing? Great to see you in here, my friend. Richie Rich with the New England Football Edition. So as I was saying, it's going to be great season coming up. Vegas has your Patriots at 8.5-point wins for the season. I'm going to have a segment on my web page. I'm going to have a bronze, a silver, and a gold subscription, weekly, monthly, yearly. I'm going to give Richie Rich's locks of the week. I'm going to expand it for the pros and the college ranks. Yes. Take the over, my friends. 8.5 wins. I think this Patriots team is going to win 10 games this season. I did a past video where I broke down the schedule breakdown on the wins and losses, who I thought the Patriots were going to play and win, and who I thought they were going to lose to. But I have 10 wins. Your Patriots get 10 wins this season, and I think they make the playoffs. The floor is 9 wins, and the ceiling's 11. So that's your over, my friends. Also, I have a lock for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Yes, I said I'm going to mix it up on locks of the week. And my locks, the Buckeyes make the college BCS. Getting back to the Patriots. Your starting quarterback, your franchise quarterback, showing leadership on and off the field this season, even with the new head coaching moves that have been made, coaching staff moves that have been made. Your franchise quarterback, Drake May, has been a total leader in OTAs. He's been a leader in the off the field sessions that he's been throwing. He's invited several wide receivers and some of the running backs down to practice at various fields throughout the East Coast. All this while he was preparing to get married to longtime girlfriend, fiance, Annie, to the Mays if you're listening to this podcast, live episode, live or in a recording, congratulations, Annie and Drake, on your marriage. So while he was preparing to get married and did get married, he was also practicing with several players off the field, meeting up with them at various locations. That is a true leader. And now I am going to tell you, and I'm going to share with you, he is in Foxborough already. He's already reported to training camp with the injured players a couple days before the rookies ended up showing up. Little housekeeping on the rookies. The NFL this season had an interesting situation as 32nd round draft picks did not sign contracts until the last couple days, and of which Patriots second round pick Trevion Henderson from Ohio State, he hadn't signed as well. The hang up in the NFL this year was two players: wide receiver Jalen Higgins, who was a second round pick, and linebacker Kyle Schweschenberger were offered guaranteed contracts, throwing a monkey wrench into everybody else's plans to sign, because they all wanted guaranteed money too. They wanted guaranteed contracts as well. Some second round players did receive guaranteed contracts after those two players. Others didn't. However, your second round draft pick, Trevion Henderson, did get a guaranteed contract from the Patriots. So Trevion Henderson was the last and final draft pick to sign, leaving all the rookie drafted players this year in this draft for the Patriots signed, sealed, and delivered. No holdouts. They're all in Foxborough. Let's go, Patriots. Okay, we touched on a few things. Drake May's already in the building, already reported to training camp. All the draft picks have signed, sealed, and delivered. They're in Foxborough working out. We touched base on Vegas having the Patriots at 8.5-point wins for the season. They win. In my opinion, 10 games, they make the playoffs, take the over in that. Now let's look at the roster. How many quarterbacks do you think make the roster? Right now, you have 3 quarterbacks on the roster. You have franchise quarterback Drake May, free agent backup Joshua Dobbs, undrafted quarterback this year Ben Woolbridge. That's 3. I think they keep 2. It's Drake May and Joshua Dobbs, and they try to sneak Ben Woolbridge onto the practice squad, or they sign another veteran quarterback to the practice squad. The running back room, very interesting. I originally had the New England Patriots having 4 running backs on the active roster this season. Do they keep 4? Do they go 5? The wide receiver position, I have the Patriots, and I still have the Patriots having 7 rosters. Yes, 7 rosters on the 53-man roster. 7 wide receiver spots on the 53-man roster. Check out my blog. I'll let you know who makes the roster and how they make the roster. I have some interesting tidbits on that, how they can maybe sneak a couple extra wide receivers onto the roster so they don't have to cut them and expose them to other teams, and we have the possibility of losing them. Tight ends. I have your Patriots, three tight ends. You have veterans, Hunter Henry, Austin Hooper, and I think Jaheim Bell makes the roster, last year's draft pick from Florida State. Offensive lineman, maybe nine, maybe 10 offensive linemen. Now, this is a position, folks, that's been a problem, as well as the wide receiver position. But the offensive line has been a major issue, a major Achilles heel for your New England Patriots the last several seasons. They've retooled the whole offensive line. I think they gotten better. Drafting left tackle, Will Campbell at the left tackle position. I think left guard goes to Layden Robinson. Garrett Bradbury will battle former first round pick Cole Strange, who is still coming back off an injury, but did play in a couple games the end of last season. He's still learning the center position. He did play left guard. Does Cole Strange land at left guard, or does Layden Robinson land at the left guard position? I think left guard is Layden Robinson's, but Cole Strange might sneak into that position. Moving on to the right guard position, folks, Mike Oweno, he's a beast. He's comfortable at the right guard position. He is your right guard. Right tackle, Morgan Moses, my friends. Morgan Moses is your right tackle this year. The prize free agent from the Jets, Morgan Moses. So moving forward, left you have the left tackle, Will Campbell, left guard, Layden Robinson, center, Garrett Bradbury, right guard, Mike Oweno, right tackle, Morgan Moses. Folks, that's an offensive line. If you're Drake May, Patriots fans, Patriots coaches, owner Robert Kraft, to get excited about, because this is going to be a line that's going to open some holes for the running game and protect your quarterback, Drake May, so he can find these wide receivers as they get open. And yes, folks, I don't think this wide receiver core is as bad as what people think. Stephon Diggs, Demario Douglas, two speedsters. You have two veterans, Demario Douglas, Stephon Diggs. My question is, does New England put Stephon Diggs on the IR or the PUP list? Go to my blog. I'll let you know what I think if you read the blog. Matt Collins, they just signed him as a free agent. He's going to make the team. Kyle Williams, you drafted him in the fourth round. He's elusive. He's got speed. He's explosive. He's going to excel in this offense under Josh McDaniels. Kyle Williams, two wide receivers right here. I've heard on the trade block cut. However, Keyshawn Boutte, since he's come to New England, yes, he had his rookie year, wasn't that great, but back then he was playing for Bill Belichick, head coach Bill Belichick back then. Found himself in the doghouse under Bill Belichick. Last year, he had a pretty good season. Quarterback Drake May found him every time the quarterback found himself in trouble. He looked Keyshawn Boutte's way, and Keyshawn Boutte bailed out the quarterback. They have good chemistry. I don't believe he's going anywhere. Cancel every one of you guys that said that he's going to get traded, whether you're a fan. I'm calling you out, Adam Schefter. I'm calling you out, Ian Rappaport, and all the other big-time reporters. Keyshawn Booty will be on the Patriots this season. He is not going anywhere. He is a favorite target of the franchise quarterback, and that bodes well for him. Kendrick Bourne, my friends, Kendrick Bourne, if there's a player that could be moved during training camp or the beginning of the season, it could be Kendrick Bourne. That would be logical. I don't think it happens, though. But yes, he could get moved. Go back a few years ago, wide receiver Kendrick Bourne had one of his best seasons playing for Josh McDaniels when he was the offensive coordinator here a few years ago. And I think he's going to excel under Josh McDaniels again. Over 2 years ago, when those two appeared together, offensive coordinator and wide receiver. Wide receiver Kendrick Bourne had over 800 yards. I think he can have it again. So Kendrick Bourne, I think, will still be with the team. However, I'm going to throw a caveat out there right here, right now on this channel. You've been hearing a lot of chatter. There's a certain wide receiver in Washington, Terry McLaurin, who is unhappy. He wants more money. He wants to get paid. Now, if you throw a second-round pick and Kendrick Bourne to go get Terry, all right, I make the move. I'm going to make the move. Terry McLaurin coming to New England from Washington for Kendrick Bourne and a second-round pick. I'll make that move. Let me know what you think. Give me some chats up. Let me know what you think of the move. Give me some hearts up, some smiley faces. Chat it up. Give me some comments under this video, whether you watch it live or you watch it on recording. Terry in a Patriot uniform, does it happen? I don't think so, but you never know. I mean, if Patriots give him crazy maybe they give him a crazy contract, and we give Washington a second-round pick next year and Kendrick Bourne, and they take it. The next two wide receiver position, next two wide receivers from last year, Jalen Polk, a second-round pick last year, he struggled. Javon Baker, he struggled. He made some comments when he got drafted about making people in wheelchairs stand up and eat popcorn because he was going to catch everything in sight. He never did that. So both of those wide receivers are looking to prove they belong in the NFL and they belong with the New England Patriots. They're also looking to prove last year's rookie season under head coach Gerard Mayo, former head coach Gerard Mayo, that is, and offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt, who I personally liked, was a fluke. Jalen Polk, they must have saw something they liked in the wide receiver, and that's why they took him in the second round. Javon Baker, they took in the fourth round. I like Javon Baker coming out of college. I was actually higher on Javon Baker than Jalen Polk. But when I watched Washington, Jalen Polk made a lot of catches and he got open. I think both of those wide receivers rebound this year in Josh McDaniels, offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels' system. However, I think Jalen Polk, coming off an injury, he finds his way to the injured reserve list / PUP list to start the season. And when he does that, oddly enough, that's going to allow for another player to make the team. Yes. Folks, learn the name, remember the name, Efton Chisholm, undrafted wide receiver from Easton, Washington. Folks, the Energizer Bunny in the Duracell commercials, the Patriots signed the Energizer Bunny as an undrafted free agent. This kid is explosive. He's elusive. He can get down the field deep. I think he's going to be a great slot receiver in offensive coordinator Josh McDaniel's system. Efton Chisholm, my friends, will make this team because you cannot expose him after he has a great preseason, and I think he's going to have a great preseason. He's already showed it, what he can do in the OTAs and the offseason program. So if you let this kid go, somebody else is going to snatch him right up, right from out underneath you. Efton Chisholm makes the team because Jalen Polk goes on the injured reserve. And folks, it'll balance out. Jalen Polk, by the time he comes off of the off of the injured reserve / PUP, somebody will be going on injured reserve. It'll balance out. Then Jalen Polk can come in, show the New England Patriot fans, Patriot Nation, owner Robert Kraft, Jonathan Kraft, head coach Mike Vrabel, and the rest of the coaching staff. Jalen Polk belongs in the NFL, and he belongs on your New England Patriots. Javon Baker, I think, is going to step up, and he's going to shine in the preseason, and I think he makes the team as well. So, yes, your Patriots, 7 wide receivers this year. Moving on, my friends, to the defense. Folks, New England Patriots fans, your Patriots defense, I believe, is going to be a top 10 defense this year, led by defensive lineman Milton Williams, who they stole in free agency. And I say they stole him because he was on his way to sign a contract with the Carolina Panthers. He ended up signing a crazy deal with your New England Patriots, highest paid Patriot ever, Milton Williams, on the defensive line. Next to him, my friends, a player that's going to come back. He's going to be like a cat getting let out of the cage, a lion getting let out of the cage, is Christian Barmore. Yes, Christian Barmore, who battled blood clots last year, tried to come back and just couldn't give it a go. He's fully healthy. Christian Barmore, next to Milton Williams, is going to be a 1-2 punch wrecking crew on the defensive line. Add to that, my friends, Patriot Nation, Keon White was not used properly last year, and he led his frustration known. He wasn't being used in the proper way. He wanted to get to the quarterback and make a lot of sacks last year. So Milton Williams, Christian Barmore, and Keon White, 1, 2, 3. The 3 Musketeers, I'm calling them right here, right now. The 3 Musketeers on the defensive line. It's going to do a lot of damage and wreak a lot of havoc against offenses in the NFL this year. Add to the defensive line Harold Landry, the 3rd that we signed. Geez, I'm looking over the roster right now. We might have a record on the Patriots roster for the 3rds. We got Harold Landry the 3rd, Efton Chisholm the 3rd, Carlton Davis the 3rd. Oh, that's something right there. Getting back to the line. The Patriots, I think, stole 2 players in the draft this year. They traded up to get defensive lineman / linebacker Joshua Farmer, defensive lineman linebacker, Braden Swinson. Joshua Farmers from Florida State, Braden Swinson from LSU. They grabbed those two defenders in the middle rounds, and I think they're going to be contributors to this team. And I think down the road in the next few years, you're going to be hearing those names a lot on this team, on this defense. Moving to the linebacker spots, you have Christian Ellis, who was here last year, and it was in the right spot at the right time. It seemed every time the Patriots needed a key tackle, that man was there. Anthony Jennings, he's returning to the Patriots. Robert Spillane, newly prized free agent from the Raiders. He's there at linebacker, as well as his former teammate and current teammate, Clavon Chason, should make the team. Jack Gibbons, who played under Mike Vrabel at Tennessee, he's going to probably make this team as well. So you have a great nucleus of linebackers and defensive linemen. And folks, the two of them together should make a top 15 defense. I'm going to say top 15 defense because the line should be a top 10 defense, and the linebackers in the NFL should be a top 15 defense. Now, Giovanni Tavai, he's coming off an injury, and I think he finds his way to the injured reserve / PUP list to start the season as well, opening a spot on the roster for another player. Who that player could be? It could be a running back, could be a long snapper we drafted this year. I'll get into that position in a few minutes, but now we're going to move to what I think it's a toss-up between the defensive line and this position, but I think this is your top position on this whole team, and that's the defensive backs. And my friends, Patriot Nation, your defensive backs are going to be a top 5 defensive backfield in the NFL. The Patriots are going to be a top 5 defensive backfield in the NFL, led by going into the third year, and it's hard to believe he's entering his third year. Christian Gonzalez, who should have been an All-Pro last year, made the Pro Bowl. He will be a Pro Bowler this year. On an improved defense, he's going to stand out. On an improved Patriots team, he will make the playoffs. Christian Barmore is going to be a lockdown corner. On the opposite side is newly prized free agent from Detroit, Carlton Davis III. He is an outstanding cornerback. So the Patriots have 2 lockdown corners on both sides. Top 5 cornerbacks right there. Safety position. Last year, you had 2 veteran safeties on this team who struggled due to injuries, and one of those safeties struggled due to off-the-field situations. Kyle Duggar coming off an injury. He should be back to the form he was a few years ago. I think he's an all-pro safety, strong safety. Kyle Duggar should be back. Now, Jabril Peppers, my friends, he was hampered by injuries as well. And then he had legal issues that he had hanging over his head. Those are all cleared up, my friends. So the cornerbacks, Carlton Davis, Christian Gonzalez, strong safety, Kyle Duggar, and safety, Jabril Peppers is going to be a top 4 wrecking crew. And that top 4 will put your Patriots defensive backfield as a top 4 defensive backfield in the NFL this year. Now, some other defensive backs that I'm going to mention, give honorable mention to, is old friend Marcus Jones. He also is going to be a key contributor on the special teams with his speed. The Patriots might have stole one this year in the draft, and I believe that's head coach Mike Vrabel's pick, Craig Woodson from California. He's a wrecking crew. He loves covering tight ends, and he loves stopping running backs out of the backfield. Craig Woodson will make the team. Marcus Dial, who the Patriots drafted last year, he should make the team as well. Old friend Jalen Hawkins, veteran Jalen Hawkins, he should add valuable depth on the roster. Alex Austin, all Alex Austin has done since he's joined the Patriots a few seasons ago is make big plays. He should make the roster as well. Couple question marks. Now, Marte Mapu, when the Patriots drafted him a few years ago, they expected big things from this kid. He hasn't really lived up to expectations. Does he, under the new defensive coordinator and defensive backs coach, does a change in the defensive back coaching tree change the way they look at him? Do they use him as a linebacker, hybrid linebacker, or hybrid cornerback, or a middle linebacker slash cornerback role? Does he make the team? Mate Mapu. Del Pettis was a rookie sensation last year. Does he continue to show what he has? Can he make the team? I think he does. Isaiah Bolden, he's going on a few years with the team. That's your defensive backfield. They're going to be a top 5 defensive backfield, top 15 linebacker crew, and a top 10 line. Translates, my friends, a top 8 to 10 defense this year. Add to the offense. I think your offense is going to shock people this year, going to surprise people this year. I'm calling it now on this channel, on this live show. Your Patriots this year, led by franchise quarterback Drake May, will be a top 15 offense in the NFL this year and lead this team back to the playoffs and a 10-win season. I'm calling it right here, right now. Yes, I'm getting animated because I'm getting excited for your Patriots this year, led by quarterback Drake May, offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels, and yes, Mike Vrabel, my friends, is going to install a winning culture. He's going to change the culture in Foxborough. He's going to put fans in the stands, unlike last year when they left. And he's going to put a smile on the face of your owners, Robert Kraft and Jonathan Kraft. Yes, I'm calling it right here, right now. Now let's wrap this off. Let's wrap up the roster breakdown. Place kicker Andy Borgalius should be a lock on to make the team. There's no other kicker on the team that's going to really give him competition. We selected him in the 6th round out of Miami. All he did was hit big kicks for the University of Miami. He should be a lock to make this team. He should make big kicks on this roster, on this team this year. He should make solid kicks when they need him. The punter, Bryce Baringer, he had a good year last year after he struggled his rookie year. Look for him to contribute the way he did last year and pin opponents deep on kickoffs, which this year's kickoff rule might come into effect. But I think he's going to be a solid contributor. Now, punt returner Marcus Jones / cornerback on the special teams. Antonio Gibson might play a little bit of the special teams, but I think they're going to keep him on the offense because Marcus Jones and Efton Chisholm will be your kick returners this year. Julian Ashby should make the team as your long snapper this year after the team let go Cardona, who was the long snapper for the last several years since being drafted by the Patriots. Javon Baker, the wide receiver, might actually see some kick returns as well. That might be a way that he sticks around on the team. A kick returner slash punt returner slash wide receiver. So there, folks, is my look at your 53-man roster, an early look. Now I go into more depth on my webpage, which I'm going to put again in the chat room. I put it several times, but I want everybody to have access to it. It's www.newenglandfootballedition.com. Go to the website, subscribe to the newsletter. Every time I do a new blog, you'll be able to get the blog. You'll be able to read the blog. I'm going to go live on Fridays here, and it's going to be Football Fridays. Football Fridays every Friday. I'm also on TikTok. Find me on TikTok, Richie Rich on TikTok. I'm going to go live every Friday on TikTok as well. So live on this channel and live on TikTok, my friends. Go to my YouTube channel, click onto it, subscribe to it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel here below. So every time I go live, you can get all the latest Patriots information. Folks, I am excited for the season. I'm excited for great things that's going to come out of Foxborough this year. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Twitter. Well, now it's X, formerly of Twitter, but I still call it Twitter. But I'm on X. I have a sister channel on YouTube. I have a sister website, sister X channel, and it is PatriotsDraftForecast.com. Patriots Draft Forecast on YouTube channel. In that channel, I will take a look at who I think the Patriots were going to be drafting next year. I'm going to be watching in depth all the college games, the players that I think that the Patriots could target, players, the top 10 at all those positions. I'm going to let you know right now. I'm looking at 15 wide receivers. I think the Patriots could take. The Patriots still need a true X wide receiver to stretch the field. Not sure if we have them on the roster yet, but that's, folks, my first target. Who they're going to draft next year? Wide receiver. A second wide receiver spot. A second spot I think your Patriots could look at drafting. Not too many people are thinking about this position, my friends. It's called the tight end position. You have two tight ends that are aging veterans right now. Hunter Henry is going to have one more year left on his 3-year contract. He's going into the second year now. And Austin Hooper is only here returned on a 1-year deal. Do they get anything from the two undrafted tight ends they brought this year? Jaheim Bell, can he show what he's got at the tight end position? But next year, I think they're going to go tight end, whether it's the first round or the second round of next year's draft. They're going to go tight end. They're going to go wide receiver again next year. And folks, if for some reason Will Campbell is not your answer at the left tackle spot, next year's offensive line position is going to be a deep draft as well. So look for the Patriots to target a couple linemen next year as well. Folks, I'm getting a little winded. 44 minutes here. I went an hour on TikTok. So I'm giving you guys great content tonight. I wanted to go live last night, but I was on tech support with the website, trying to get it up and running. the way that you Patriots fans need it to be so you can get live, up to date content on your team, the blogs, locks of the week. When I do a new blog or a YouTube video, you'll get if you subscribe to the webpage, the newsletters, it'll go right to your inbox so you don't have to search for it. A lot of great things coming this year on our channel, on our website. This is Richie Rich with the New England Football Edition YouTube channel. Website, patriotsdraftforecast.com. Patriots Draft Forecast on the YouTube channel. Let's go, Patriots. 10 wins, returning to the playoffs. I am over and out. Richie Rich with the New England Football Edition on YouTube channel.